your health. Seems you're the generous sort. Shame you weren't there when I needed bail. I bet you want to know how my private conversation with the lieutenant went. Let me not, however, gloss over the terrible conditions in Blacktower before we launch into the next part of my tale here. It's gone now. Torn, slapped down, praise the gods. I was only in there for a few days, but a few days was plenty. No, I mean, outside of blasted mags, the mad thing. Weevils in the bread. Questionable water. Not to mention pissing and shitting in a bucket. You ever been in a British prison? Beyond the fact that it was boring to be held in the nastiest brig in all of England, it was humiliating. I'd finally begun to make a bit of a name for myself, and here I was, absolutely undone. Would I have to build back everything from scratch? Would I even get the chance? I started scrawling little pictures on my cell wall with a rock I'd found on the floor. I have a knack for that sort of thing. Little animals, vines, flowers, waves. I was so bigod bored, I tell you. When I was a child, I'd become fascinated with cartography and I liked to draw my own ornate little maps. Didn't realize it'd turn out to be so important to anybody. The lieutenant had effectively ruined my life as it was. I didn't expect any sort of attention, and I certainly didn't expect a plea bargain. Whatever else it turned out to be, it didn't start as justice or mercy. It was strictly business. Shit. If it's that flea-bitten... Oh. You. Come to gloat, Lieutenant? The scratchings? Yeah, I did them. What's it to you? So, how's the Kilcreggan? Still in one piece? I told you you wouldn't find anything on board because I didn't break any laws. I'm not even who you're looking for. John? Arrested? I don't believe you. Because he too is a law-abiding citizen. It doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter if you've really got John or if you're bluffing. I'm not getting out of here. The King's justice is a joke anyway. You'll keep me as long as you believe you have cause. And I'm tired of playing these games. Out of luck? Why? What's that? God help me if this is an execution order. What the holy fuck is this? An offer? What kind of an offer? Pardon conditional upon successful cooperation with Royal Navy Intelligence. You lot certainly know how to make a girl feel wanted. A pirate ring? Ugh, I already hate this. Who are you after? The Wraiths? No. Never heard of them. Oh, fuck you. Fine. The Wraiths. Captained by Bronson Tyndale, also known as the Fire Dog. They attack under cover of fog or storms. I can imagine. Just how do you propose we go about this? Undercover? Jesus. Do you have any leads yet? One. So we're tracking him? No, I do not know where he makes berth. I've never met him. But I suppose it's possible we might know some of the same people. I could offer to move some merchandise for the Wraiths and put you and your people in position to detain him. I get the Kilcreggan back? Oh. Of course you want to use it for the mission. There can't be a whiff of the law about us. And why risk the Navy's precious resources? If we're sunk, you've lost nothing. I lose everything. A crew of Navy handlers and you on board to boot. Fuck. This deal gets worse by the second. Though, I'll admit it'd be entertaining to see you out of your fancy buttoned coat for once. There's that. So, let me see if I've got it. A secret mission for you. Take out Tyndale. Get my ship back. Full pardon. What are the terms? So, failure is not an option then? No direct Navy backup? And if we're compromised, you don't know me. What if news has spread of my capture? Won't they be able to guess what's happened and why I'm there? I suppose that's true. You'll need to consult me when it comes to look and feel. You can't wear those boots, for example. Too expensive, too clean, too new. They'll see right through you. Think of me as your subject matter expert. You want my help, you've got to be open to my advice. I'm not about to walk right onto the ship of a murderer without the proper support. To be candid with you, Lieutenant, I think all of this is a terrible idea. But if this is the only way I leave Blacktower, I don't see it as much of a choice. Oh, you brought a quill for me, how thoughtful. There. Don't get used to the obedience, Lieutenant. It's a limited time offer. When do we ship out? Thank God. I won't be able to get far enough away from this cesspit, so the sooner the better. Yeah, fuck you too. And so, the Harpy joins the flock. It was both a fine deal and an awful one. Just you try infiltrating a bloodthirsty pirate crew while pretending you don't secretly want to throttle the bastard who gave you the job. Knife's edge, I tell you. I don't recommend it. I'd heard a lot of bad news about Tyndale. I didn't admit it to the lieutenant, but I'd once worked with his former first mate. At that point, I was hoping and praying he wasn't around. I'd heard they'd fallen out terribly, so I was hopeful. But if I'd found the wraiths and Tommy was still there, he'd recognize me in a second. And he'd know I wasn't with my own crew. My cover was my identity, if you know what I mean. And identity encompasses many things. Even though I'd only ever encountered them tangentially, the wraiths were like ghosts from a life I knew I'd have to leave behind after that mission. If I'm telling the truth, I wasn't ready for the deal with the Navy, Blacktower notwithstanding. The law never lifted a bloody finger for me, so why should I dance to their tune? Next round's on me again, isn't it? You sure you want to hear the rest? It gets even worse. All right, fine. Barkeep!